Hi, I'm Wendy, and today I'm going to talk about how to address the impact of digital communications on your close relationships. Now, this is something that affects us all, and I think we need to take note of the impact. Now, sometimes it might not have much of an impact, or it might be quite a positive impact, but oftentimes it can be quite a negative impact. And so we need to be very mindful about that. And what can we do to lessen that negative impact on our close relationships? So let's have a look at a few tips. I've got 5 tips here for you. The first one is that you can use emojis, appropriate emojis and tone indicators when you're sending messages. So digital communication, let's face it, it's not the same as face-to-face in-person communication. It does lack a lot of the body language, a lot of those verbal cues that present themselves when you are in a face-to-face situation. So to compensate for that lack, I encourage you to use emojis and tone indicators, because they will convey extra information. They will convey, in fact, the emotions that will be lacking in the written text. So, and it'll probably help you convey your intentions much more clearly. They can hopefully prevent any misunderstandings by adding a lot more nuance to text-based messages. The second tip I'd like to give you is, where possible, I think it's best to choose video calls, so where you see the person over simply text messaging, particularly when the stakes are high and when it is an important conversation. So if you're discussing very important, very sensitive, very personal matters, I don't think that texting, text-based messages are the way to go at all. I think that you should step up and have those one-on-one, face-to-face, in-person conversations rather than relying solely on the text messaging. So the videos, why they allow for facial expressions, they allow for eye contact. And you know that old expression, the eyes are the window of the soul. They will capture something that a text will never capture. So, and not to mention also the tone of your voice as well, which is very important. And how often have we missed the tone in a text message? How often has the tone been completely misinterpreted and misunderstood? So I think if it's possible, try to have those video conversations rather than text-based messages solely. The third tip I'd like to give you is to establish some very clear communication expectations with those close to you. So we're all individuals, we're unique, and that goes for our communication style. It also goes for our communication expectations. Now, some people may send a text and expect a reply within the next 10 seconds. Other people might think, I'll get back to that person when it suits me, or, within the next hour or two, or maybe tomorrow. Now, you can see how easily we can have problems in this situation when expectations are very different. So I think it's a good idea to set very clear expectations right from the outset with any relationship about certainly your preferred mode of communication. Some people might prefer the face-to-face as opposed to the text and vice versa. Very important that you clarify any ambiguous messages. So establishing those expectations, those rules, if you like, from the outset will help create a shared understanding and just simply reduces the potential for frustration and misunderstanding. I mean, it's not going to obviously eliminate it, but hopefully it may reduce it from the outset. Now, number 4 tip that I give you is, if in any doubt, ask for clarification. So if the message seems unclear, maybe even if the message seems clear, I think it doesn't hurt to paraphrase and to re-clarify what the person is trying to say. Because we can always, we can interpret it how we want to, but it may not be how the person sending the message intends it to be taken. So if there is any doubt, clarify its meaning, and encourage that open communication with the other person. Avoid making assumptions. You know that old saying about assumptions. And instead, seek to understand the sender's perspective. And therefore, you'll prevent any misunderstandings from escalating any further. And the last tip that I want to give you is to practice what I like to call mindful communication. Now, you've heard of mindfulness exercises. Well, I think we need to apply mindfulness in all of our communications. So particularly with the digital ones where it's text-based. So just take a moment to consider the potential impact of your words. And words are incredibly powerful, very strong, and can have quite an impact. So please consider that before sending any type of message, even if it is a video message or a text message. So encourage others that you're working with or people in close relationships with you to do the same. Mindful communication means being aware of your tone, your choice of words, your language choices, and the potential interpretations of your message. So I hope those tips help you. Just bearing in mind digital communication, the practices, what you do, try to mitigate the impact of some of these common issues that are associated with online interactions. So hopefully they will foster far more healthier and productive relationships with those around you. Good luck.